Peace with you everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Trevor, and in today's video I want to do a full review of the fragrance Graphite from the House of Montana. So I wanted to start off by taking a look at the perfumer, look at the notes, see what other fragrances in my collection I can compare this to, try to describe the smell as best I can, and then go over when, where, and what type of person would be wearing this, and then give you my final thoughts on the overall rating that I have for this one. So I've been wearing this one in the mornings for about a little under a week now. I got it I think last Friday maybe, and did a first impressions video. You can check that out on my channel, and not gonna lie, did not have a very good first impression of this one. But it's grown on me over time. So the cool thing about this one is it's a cheapie, so you can pick it up for just under $26 from FragranceNet. It is a 2011 release, so it's been on the market for a little while. I believe there's two types of presentations. This one has a leather strap with a indented or pressed in logo here. And then there's another version of the bottle that's got a like a sticker with a white font on it. I'm not sure if there's any reformulations or differences in the juice between the two presentations, but I've only smelled this one. And it's a little bit of a polarizing fragrance, simply because the opening has a certain aroma that is a bit pungent, but as it dries down, which only takes about like 10 or 15 minutes, it develops into something a lot more pleasant. So the perfumer on this one is going to be Nathalie Lorson. She brought us Bentley for Men Intense and a lot of the Bentley fragrances, but most well known for Bentley for Men Intense and the original Eau de Toilette, as well as the Encre Noir line. So this is mostly cedar, although I think there's a lot of Isoe Super as well, because that's an aroma chemical that mimics the scent of cedar. And the reason I say that is because I find that this one I go nose blind to, or I don't want to say nose blind, but like I feel that the projection is not really there, but then when I'm wearing it, I'll occasionally catch wafts of it here and there, which is something that happens to me with Molecule 1, which is a fragrance built entirely out of Isoe Super. So cedar, and then there's going to be violet, bergamot, and black pepper in the top, which gives it this unappealing introduction, I would say, unfortunately, and then it dries down into a little bit more of a woody, I don't want to say sweet, but a slightly sweetened woods, because they've got gaiac wood, sandalwood, amber, and benzoin in there as well. So this reminds me in my collection a little bit of Bentley for Men Absolute by Michel Almerac, and Encre Noir à l'Extrême, which was also a fragrance made by Nathalie Lorson, and I can see a lot of some of the similar techniques going on between this and the à l'Extrême. They even have a rather similar juice color and presentation, in the sense that neither of them is very, I would describe neither this nor the Encre Noir à l'Extrême as a sweet fragrance, but there's these undertones of warmth from the resins in both of them, and the way that they develop around like woodsy accords. So the bad thing about the top notes with this one, and the reason why I had such an adverse reaction in my first impressions, is that it comes off very much like dill pickle juice. So let's go ahead and get an application going. I'm going to make this try to get it so that way we can see the atomizer there. Pretty light mist. The atomizer's not bad, but it's not great either. I'd say it's probably pretty mid-grade. Let's go ahead and get a full application going and just get this other side here. So yeah, it smells quite a bit like dill pickle juice right now. So I'm going to let that kind of develop a little bit and get more into the heart of the fragrance. So just as the name of the fragrance, Graphite, indicates, it is something that's a little bit more, you're going to have maybe a scent memory come up based upon like pencils, but unlike Bentley for Men Absolute, which smells a lot like the wood aspect of the pencil shavings, this actually is reminiscent of the lead or the graphite in the pencil. So it reminds me a lot of those like mechanical pencil replacement lead sticks, like in those little rectangular cartons that you can pick up to refill those. It smells a bit like that, with a little bit of that amber and benzoin sweetness, kind of giving it a little bit of a wearable touch. And then the violet in the top also kind of makes itself known throughout the course or the life of the fragrance by adding a certain like wet or dampness to it, whereas something like Bentley for Men Absolute, which also has a scent memory of pencils for me, is a lot more dry and woody. Even though there's a lot of woods in here, this has like a like I said, more of a graphite lead type scent than wood, at least off of my skin. Yeah, still got a little bit of that pickle juice scent and going right now. It's still kind of drying down, but overall this is, I feel, as it develops and settles into being its beyond the pickle juice, it's got a professional and austere type of vibe to it. I would say that it has I could see somebody like an architect wearing this, you know, at least before the advent of computer programs. Like an architect is going to be involved with a pencil really heavily in his line of work, or her line of work, or their line of work. And equally so, I think that an author would be somebody that could find a lot of use out of this fragrance. It's quite a bit mature. Like I said, it's got like an austere tone to it, and I think 25 and up, I would say even closer to 40 and up. Most of the other reviewers I've seen do individual reviews on this fragrance online are like Chris from Scentland, AC from Smells Good, and the Toiletarian channel, the King of Hidden Gems, I think is what he changed his channel name to. All of them are, I think, in their 40s, and they all rather enjoy this fragrance, and I'm coming to find this enjoyable as well over time after I got past that harsh opening. So yeah, I could see business casual, I think, is a good descriptor of this one as well. It's not quite upscale or upclass in terms of like wedding events or something that you would wear for a special occasion, but it does, I kind of dressed up a little bit for this video to kind of, I think this type of outfit captures the essence of what this fragrance has going on. I think the best time to wear this is going to be in transitional seasons, inclining towards the cold weather. The periods of time just after winter and kind of mid-fall, where the trees and everything in the soil are starting to dry out a bit, and then it rains, so you get a slight reinvigoration of the dead materials with some rain. I think captures a lot of what's going on in this fragrance, how it's got these woods, but then the violet gives it a certain wetness quality, or like a wet quality to it, like a wet wood in Graphite. So yeah, transitional seasons, fall and winter, inclining towards the cold. I think this is fine for work in school, or for the office. Be a fine office fragrance, and something that you can wear at school as long as you allow it to dry down before heading in. I think it'd be a fine one to wear like to poker night, to play cards with the guys. Probably wear it out to a bar. Maybe not like a clubbing fragrance, but if you're just going out for a drink with some friends. Not quite date night either, I would say, but something that you can get away with on like a casual night out. So somewhere in between casual and business. Like I said, business casual I think is a good descriptor for this one. And my overall rating on this, it's hard to say like give it a numerical value, but I would probably say this is like a 6 out of 10 for me. I don't think I would get a backup bottle or buy this again, but I have been enjoying wearing it over time. I don't really have anything, like neither the Bentley from En Absolute or the Encre Noir à l'Extrême make having this redundant in your collection. Even though those are the only two in my collection that bear some resemblance to this, it's definitely unique compared to those two, I would say. And yeah, so like I said, it's maybe worth checking out if you're an older gentleman, or if you fall into any of those categories of being an author or an architect. It might be worth checking out for you. And like I said, you can pick this one up for just under $26 on FragranceNet. Sorry about that, a little obnoxious car. Okay, so that is my full review on Montana's Graphite. Let me know your thoughts if you've worn this one as well, and let me know if you've got the alternative white font label, if there's any difference in the scent profile there. And look forward to seeing you in the next video. I've got a few fragrances coming in the mail. I'm hoping to do another first impressions video by this weekend sometime. And if you've got any ideas for content that you'd like to see from me as well, let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to make a video around that. I appreciate you as always coming in and stopping by and hanging out with me, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care.